Yo, we about to go live in this bitch. I just gotta clean up my table real fast. Goddamn. What's up? Y'all still there? Are y'all still there? Are you guys still there? 8 minutes of straight music. Same song playing eight minutes in a row. You're still there. You're fucking crazy. Hey, yo, Pete. I got my dirty ass PlayStation coffee cup in the name of Sony releasing their PlayStation fucking blockchain tomorrow. Who would have known? What's up, Sony? What's up, world? Hold on, man. I'm fucking... Woo. Y'all know what it is. Unofficial sponsor, Puffco, and various other cannabis brands bringing us medicine. You know, that medicinal side of it. All right. Shit. What's up, y'all? What up, Quantum Architect? I see you. Sun Station. Wow, long time no see, man. Hope all is well. Welcome in. Exactly, long time. Frosty and Zen in the house. Fernando in the house. Dank in the house. Lita in the house. Pedro in the house. What's up, y'all? What's up to my local Zenian out there? Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your boy Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace, the DJ / producer, aka the original PlayStation King. Welcoming Sony into the blockchain family with open arms. I'm very excited to see what they do with their technology. I think we're getting ready to see something super special, but centralizes a motherfucker. But again, it kind of proves my point about what I've been talking about when it comes to this idea, this ideology, something new. No one's thinking about this because most of the people are only thinking about how green candles are formed. They're not like thinking like, how do we make green candles? You know, everybody got the motherfucking science on how to formulate a green candle, but can't nobody ever show you how they made it, you know? Because when it happens, it's like, see, I told you it was going to happen, you know? But until that moment, you know, then you find out like, oh, it really was fabricated in a sense, right? So that's like Zen. Zen right now, we're waiting for our Catalyst event, which is fucking X1 chain. Thank God Zen is fairly launched with no pre-allocated coins in any sorts of directions, right? No VCs, no founder coins, no unlocking coins in the future and things like that in the Zen world. So with Zen itself, it has like, again, this first mover advantage feeling. And it's like building with people who believe in it, right? And you don't have to believe in it because it's going to catch up to your belief, right? Like it's got an amp that goes down by 1 every day, right? The amp, essentially you could say it's a countdown, right? So we know that eventually Zen will catch up to its amp. And if the participants are more, no pun intended, than today, then theoretically Zen should be more expensive. And that's the amazing thing about Zen. Like there's no need to like bet on it or try to come to some sort of agreement. You can believe what you want to believe. I can believe what I want to believe. It's very subjective in that theory, but then there's so many pieces of it that make it objective where we all can go and just check it out and feel our own vibes, right? And that's why, again, yo, shout outs Sony, right? Because this sodium, I guess is what it's called. Sodium. Yeah, this shit too close to sodium. What up, Crypto Neek? Welcome. Shout outs to the bro. But yeah, so they're developing this blockchain here. Let's look at the real post. I could read it, but all right, here we go. So Sony blockchain is developing, or Sony Group has developed a blockchain, which the infrastructure network, which will be the infrastructure network that will form a basis of Web3. In the future, we will explore and develop and make the network available to the public, and we aim to create a service by leveraging the various business and IPs within Sony Group that Sonium becomes an infrastructure that everyone uses daily. Now, this is special because like this is proof, motherfuckers. Blockchain is forever. I've had that on my, use the Wayback Machine. If you want to see how real I've been this whole time, because I got a lot of people spitting on what the fuck I've created right now, which is tight, because none of it has actually been created from greed. I've been curious in crypto the whole time, and all of my research has been to hopefully fulfill some sort of curiosity that I've come to personally. Like, I have this personal conclusion, and I got to seek the end of the road in order to see if this conclusion is fact or fiction, right? And that's just, you know, crypto. We're all growing at the same pace because it's like we're all on the same digital path. Like, the only way to get off the digital path is to stop believing that the original reason this was made was to come into existence. Like, crypto's coming into existence. It's everywhere now. This shit exists. If you're still here from 2013 and you're like, nah, man, this shit don't exist, I get it. You're so looped out. You're loopy, right? If you're in 17, you're still saying this shit don't exist and you're only focusing on a certain way that the space is moving, then yeah, you know, you are the way you are. But personally, I see things like this, and this lets me know that crypto is it, right? Or that blockchain is it. Like I said, crypto is dead, but blockchain is forever. That's a Crypto Bruh quote for the longest. I've had this quote here for so long. I just thought it up one day and put it here. And yeah, like with this thing, I think that Sony is going to do. So I honestly think we might see. I've seen like, okay, so this is some hopium, but like, what if you could open up your PlayStation and then you could like add storage to your PS5 and then people can store content on your PlayStation because you're going to keep it online and it's all blockchain related. So like it's like a torrent, right? They can like go and get the game or something. Like, there's just going to be so much shit that's just possible because Sony is a real, like, my PlayStation 5 in the motherfucking living room over there, like, that thing got a GPU in it. Like, it's ready to rock right now and hash very complicated mathematical issues, you know? So I'm excited to see how they put this all together, right? And what does PlayStation 6 look like now? You know, this is so bullish for Sony. I don't know. Let's get into our Forex shit. Let's see what Sony's trading for right now. On some Forex bullshit. I'm not a trader. Remember that. Oh, duh. See, I'm so trader that I just keep it in crypto. All right, here we go. Sony New York Stock Exchange. Let's check it out. $95. Goddamn. Wow. I don't do trading, but if I was a trader, why in the fuck wouldn't you get into Sony the day before their blockchain release? That's probably what this uptake is. See how noob the rest of the world is? Sony says they're dropping a blockchain, literally puts it on their website, August 23rd. All right, so 4 days ago, Sony says we're dropping a blockchain. Is this on the monthly? Oh, so this has been going up for months. Oops. Let's look at the day. And then we'll talk about Zen. But right now we're in the real world. There's real world activities. Yeah, they're at a resistance area right now. God damn, this chart is ugly as a fucking motherfucker. This shit is so oogly. Oogly boogly. So 23rd. So yeah, I would say, like, I wish we could find some news, but yeah, you know, people in the company knew they were coming out with a blockchain. They had the comps on that shit probably for a long time before they were actually able to say, like, oh, we're doing it. So I'm pretty sure probably all of this under 200 action is people buying Sony knowing it's going into the next level. Because this blockchain shit is no joke. And they have hardware. So that makes a lot of sense. Like, it's not like Sony would make an AI, right? It's kind of like the same thing with Apple. You know, does Apple take the hardware route in the Web3 world and say, you know what, fuck it, let's just support AI and we'll make an engine inside of the M1 or the M series, right? Their chips that they make. And I mean, I might be giving away free ideas for them to fucking pivot, but if it happens, like, hey, at least I said that shit. At least I said Apple didn't want to get into AI because they had hardware, and it'd be more intelligent to push Apple hardware rather than Apple software. You know, Meta has no hardware. Twitter has no hardware. OpenAI has no hardware. That's just the facts. So, like, the same goes for Sony. The Xbox would be the next best motherfucker to drop a blockchain, But don't nobody use their Xbox like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is PlayStation. If you a real PlayStation motherfucker, you know what I mean, bro. Like, this is PlayStation. Did it come out on PlayStation? Like, that's always been the fad. I know I probably got some Xbox homies watching this right now, flaring, furious, telling me to shut up. Xbox got my back, bro. Or Nintendo. But you see, like, that's what I mean. Nintendo would also be a really good one to drop a blockchain. But Nintendo doesn't really have hardware. All they have is handhelds. And you need to connect them and sync them all together. But they don't have GPS or anything like that. Most, you know, the Switch don't got GPS. I mean, I think it does, but... Or, I mean, it doesn't have, like, a SIM card inside of it or something. Like, you know, a radio to, like, connect to the satellites. Like, it ain't got that. So, that's kind of why, again, I think this Sony news... this coming out tomorrow, we're gonna see a brand new world, right? This is tomorrow's news, right? We're just in the future way to having some fun, trying to figure out what does tomorrow's news look like, right? Again, PlayStation all day, every day. Look at this cup, bro. My lady got me this for Christmas last year. That's how fucking much I suck at PlayStation though. Just kidding. Catch me in Madden. I need to get Madden 25. They got me on Madden 25 though. Madden 25, I'm gonna have to cop it just because I gotta get the new kickoff. And then it made me think. I was like, damn, what if they just start changing the game in real world so they can push the video game? Like, what if we've reached that part of post quantum reality where like it's like, oh shit, like now they really got us buying video games. Like I've always thought of that. Like, why haven't they just re-released in video games like the lineups, so you could just buy the lineup? Like I would spend $40 on the lineup, but they're like, nah. Or I would spend, actually that's too much. See, I'm already giving them too much. I would spend $20 on the lineup, but like $70 to get the new game, to get the new lineups and shit, got me. Damn, Wananabe. All right, but yeah, let's pivot. Let's talk about Zen World. Like I was saying in the title right now. Bruh, RH right now? What's happening with RH right now? Am I shilling it like I am Richard Hart? You know, Sony employees looking to dump their bags on this news. I mean, they could try, but I don't think we're in that phase right now. That's why I made this observation right here. You see how we have the 200 and it goes under and goes above. Like this is what I talk about in traditional trading. Like the 200 is respectable. It's a respectable stream. Typically when it's under it, that's a dip. And typically when it's above it, that's a push or like a breakout. So the fact that it's been sitting here for so fucking long kind of makes you wonder, you know, when did they start development on this blockchain? And those would be the questions to be asked tomorrow. Ain't nobody gonna ask them motherfucking questions though, because don't nobody give a fuck. They just want to make money. So the question to be heard tomorrow is, how long has this been in the works, and who knows about it? Right? If they answer those two questions and say, "Oh, motherfuckers have known about it since 2022, and we're working with XYZ," and let's say it's consensus or it's optimism team, because this is a layer 2 of Ethereum, so there's going to be a lot of, it's like interviewing the president. Like I'm going to be listening to them tomorrow, like, who in the fuck helped you make this? Because that's going to let me know, like, oh, this is a 5-year 10-year thing, and or it's a flip, right? And I hope it's not a flip, because I'm really a Sony fan, and I would be honored to say, like, I told you so to all the Xbox bros and Nintendo bros that Sony did it first. You know, like, look, I told you so. Like, see, you should have been on PlayStation since 1997. Duh. We out here, you know. But I hope I'm not getting fucking flu-flobbled. You know, I think Sony's a legacy brand. It's everywhere. It's been here forever. Why now, like, end the regime? You know, why they're literally using the terms that we want, or the words we want to hear, which is like, this is going to be infrastructure for Web3. Right, so they don't even know what they're gonna do with it. They just know they need it, and that's fire, you know. Don't drop the wax. Says fucking dang with the 5. Thanks for the 5E, bro. Always dropping me a young super, making sure I can get me so much. If you want to buy me lunch, feel free to drop a super in the chat. Just kidding. You know what's crazy right now, bruv? All the people still watching my stream. So I'm very appreciative of all the Xenians that still pull up, or people crypto enthusiasts in general that just want to see what I'm talking about. Y'all are cool. Even if you're just pulling up to listen in so you can spin the words I'm saying, you know, shout outs to you for listening so hard to figure out how to, you know, remix and things like that. I am very impressed. But yeah, so the Sony thing, we like that. We want to see that happen. It's good for everybody. It'd be even better for the crypto markets, and it would explain again why crypto is seeing these lows. And again, I'm not worried. Y'all know this, right? And what's happening on Bitcoin when we transition back to these full candles, because we're in crypto land now. Let's get out of that Forex shit where it's all skippity whippity. And 2 years ago, somebody knew about the blockchain, and now it's coming out. Right? That's the corporate world. They knew about that 2 years ago. Now we're gonna have to figure out who built it. But now that's why, again, I'm just gonna reiterate this one more time before I go into Bitcoin, because this is so important about what's happening with Sony. It's so important to know who built it because they have hardware. In X1 right now, one of the things that we see is an advantage in understanding the hardware of your nodes. And if you can really push your hardware to the next level, that's how you get more power or resource out of your blockchain. So knowing that Sony is a hardware company is very bullish for them. And it's very inspirational to see what other hardware companies would come behind them to start providing this scalability of actual blockchain. Like, this is so big. This is like high IQ bullshit that like most people are probably gonna usher over and like just think it's fucking nothing, you know. But like, it's like, yo, this is the post quantum world that we talk about. It's happening in your face, you know. And I would love to see like a company like Apple start to express this, you know, before a company like Google gets a lot of people to move over to the Pixel and gets a lot of people, you know, there's still a hardware race. It's happening. Apple still controls majority of it. That's why they don't give a fuck about what's going on. But I won't lie, man, that Samsung flip phone looked tight, bro. I might want my phone to flip soon. Apple, Tim Cook, I might want a flip phone, bro. Shit looks kind of cool. Very cyberpunk. So again, I think Apple's teeter-tottering with the possibility of being replaced. And it sounds crazy, but I think that might be what we see to help save them, where it's like no one thought about that, but like that's what they were working towards, an open source blockchain that like isn't open source because obviously it's ran by Apple, but possibly inspiring new developers to come into the space because they use the Apple chain, you know, things like that. Like I'm endorsing things like that because that helps our space grow. But going back to Bitcoin, this is why we see fucking turmoil in the real crypto markets, because we don't have people in the market right now thinking like the Sony development, right? That's just not the market for crypto right now. Crypto needs to be on discount. I mean, it's discounted right now, but we need it on discount. So the 200 in this spectrum is actually working as like a resistance tool, because this is only the daily, right? And we hit this 200, went up, tested it, broke it aggressively, came back, got rejected, broke it again, and already rejected and below it within 2 days. I don't know how many more signs you need to see that like people are not really supporting Bitcoin. And the problem right now in Bitcoin, to be honest, is Tron. Now, Tron has thrown a curveball in, and you have a lot of people right now moving into Tron, and the only assets that they have are Bitcoin. So like, let's look at Tron versus BTC. I actually deleted this chart because I didn't think I'd ever talk about TRX again. You know, I thought one day I would just be like, yo, TRX is $1, bro. You know, and it would just be TRX is $1. Like, I didn't think like I'd have to go and like maybe prepare some people for some harsh realities, because it's just what it is in Tron. Like, we all know what it is, you know. But yeah, Tron's pumping versus BTC, right? Extremely off the two on the daily, and it's going right, and it's going almost, as you can see here on the RSI. Like, you could pretty much say like the run is here. The real winner was those that sold here and rebought, so they still got some riding. you know, or bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here. Everything. There were so many awesome opportunities to buy here off this 200 and sell at the mysterious whatever, you know. Maybe if you do some TA, you'd see what the mysteriousness is. But now this is this is where you would need TRX to beat out BTC. And I think Tron, unfortunately, doesn't have that steam to save all of crypto, because that's what essentially you're betting it on, is that Tron would somehow, some way hypnotize enough people to really dump their BTC into Tron. You know, I just don't think that is the facts. Like, I think we're pulling back, but I don't think we're pulling back to go into Tron. I think we're just, again, we're trading sideways until the election. Like, that I think is really the alpha. There's no special anything. Trade sideways until the fucking election starts. I don't know why I put the 24th. Darn it, I should have put a flag here. For some reason, September 26th, I got a vibe. But yeah, what I want to continue to see Bitcoin do is trade low and trade in these lows down here for a little bit and move sideways as this like curves over this 200, and then again like really like get us like to pull back, you know, like really express like that the market is fucking tired, you know, and it's time to move on because people are DCAing and everyone's just selling, right? It's like you buy a bunch and a bunch of people come and sell, right? So in Bitcoin, it just makes more sense for the world to do that to each other. Come down, trade a little bit, get a little cuckoo with it, and then as we get into Q4, into the next, you know, 25 and so on, I think that's when we really see Bitcoin speak to the masses. You know, cryptocurrencies speak to the masses, and that shit sucks because it's like, damn, you really think like it's just gonna trade sideways and waddy woo, woody wah, and I just like think yeah, like I think the mindset is just not. It just isn't bullish to turn around and be strong enough, and that's like, so let's see, where is Tron gonna even go if we do some simple TA on this. Here, we'll do the monthly because you're on Tron. You're trading against people who've been holding a bag. Like, look at me, fucking. I got lines on here from when I was trading Tron versus BTC, bruh. God damn. What the fuck? Old lines. You gotta like it when some old lines show up. Let's see what a past life is like. Very aggressive downtrend here. Why didn't he show up on the daily? I mean, yeah, this is where you want to see Tron go. Jeez, imagine if it does that, though. Let's see. What is that from right now? So I'm not trying to say, like, I'm not trying to fade Tron because I got some. I'm just trying to bring awareness to this idea that, yo, maybe we don't get the real bull run we want because this is happening and this is where the bull run is. Right? And it would suck because you don't have any Tron or you don't fucking know. Like, you're not doing it, and again, you're not an OG in the space where you just happen to have Tron, right? There's a lot of OGs right now that just happen to have this shit, so they can have fun with it. And if everybody, you know, goes to one arena, then you start to, again, you see the uptake in market cap because people are moving from other. We live in an era where you can just get from anywhere to anywhere at a blink of an eye, and everybody understands how to do it. Like, there was a world where it was really hard 5 years ago to go from a Bitcoin to a Tron because the education wasn't there, the ramps weren't there. You get what I'm saying? So like now everything is easy. So I'm not surprised to see Bitcoin pulling back and Tron going up, or Ethereum pulling back and like Tron going up after I seen Justin Sun post Sun Pump. Like, that was the whole fun thing about the whole thing that I made a week, 2 weeks ago. I mean, no one gave a fuck. I guess I was just, you know, re-releasing shitcoins. But that's why I did it, because I knew this was going to happen. And I'm glad that I got a little bit of timestamp where it's like, yeah, I released one on the first day and knew this was going to happen. So now I understand exactly how it's going to fall apart. The same thing happened on Moonshot. The same thing happened on Pump Fund. There will be a cabal or a cartel of people who find a coin and they just keep pumping it because it's easy to do. You know, do I think a celebrity comes to Tron? Maybe a Chinese one. That's kind of what I'm hoping. I get the meta of a, you know, if I got any Chinese homies out there, let me know of a real Chinese motherfucker I need to know about that could potentially show up, you know, on Tron. And you know what else is kind of funny? What is this? Where gotta go to Justin Sun's? This is the most I've seen Justin Sun post in the longest time. Like, he used to post here and there for a second. Now he's running it up. Like, I bet if I can find an analytic based on his performance of post, I bet it would be running up. So, like, yeah, this is where I'm at with this. There's a lot of weird things going on that are great for Tron. And it's a great thing for Tron. And it's up to you to believe what you want to believe. So I'm like a little biased because I want to see Tron be successful because I got some of it. But at the same time, it just is so weird being able to see through it all. You know, like being able to see through like the Justin Sun tweets. And maybe this is what people are trying to say to me when like they're like, yo, why do you believe in Jack? Like they seen a side of Jack or something where they think, you know, like I've never met Justin Sun, but I've met Jack Levin, right? So I actually have a perception of Jack that removes any internet perception that anybody else would have of bro, right? Like my perception is every impression I've had of him in real time, you know, and it's not like, you know, I meet him and I'm like, oh my God, Jack, you know, I'm like trying to pick his brain in presence because I know that's when you can get, you know, alpha you've never got before because it's not recorded. Life ain't recorded, you know what I'm saying? Like that, you know? So knowing that that's what it goes on in the background, right? Like that's why I'm saying like with the whole Sony thing, like knowing like, yeah, probably 2 years ago, there was an in-depth conversation about what is happening today because that's how organizations work. They talk about it and they do it. The phenomenon part of an organization is latching onto a fad, and that is tokenization. I've been talking about this on the channel because everything is tokenized now. And we've been tokenizing on Solana all fucking summer. It's been nothing but tokenize yourself, right? That's what I've been promoting. I'm saying, yo, somebody actually was hating. This one was so funny, bro. It's just like, yo, somebody was actually hating on the idea that I came up with which was buy your own fucking pump fund coin and just, you know, let the contract burn it for Solana, because you know Solana ain't failing. So you could essentially buy your own coin and use the bonding curve to burn your own coin like a savings account. It's a weird thing. It's like a goal achieved, and now you get to burn the shit coin and get the shit coin instantly into some Sol, so you can sell the fuck out and get into Solana, you know. And that, my God, whoa. And that's just one take on the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different takes on the way that it can go. All right. I had the white do-rag. No one really cared about it. But take the bait. I'm still chilling on this one. I noticed it caught a little bit of a wave the other day because some bots were trying to bot it. So a bot, and then I think it like sold. And I was like, oh shit, that's different. But then like that's what I mean now. Like there's probably people scanning the internet for active, or for the ability to probably activate these coins. So like that's time of a fair launch. Like at some point, tokenization will be comprehended by the masses, and then people will be looking for the beginnings, right? And then they'll find them and be like, yo, I found it. And we have another representation of this. If you don't know, you know. The guy came into the chat last night. Bells, yo. Bells is another render of this theory that I'm talking about, where people just go, oh, we got this shit back here, let's reactivate it. Right? What the fuck? Oh, coin market cap. There it is. Zen from Brazil. What up, Alexandra? What it do? Tron is a strong case to be examined under Levin's law. Yeah, actually, Tron is a strong case. But you know, the thing is, the thing is about Tron that's to be studied is that it's coming back, and like people fucking shit on that all the time in crypto, that it can't make a comeback. Like, and that to me is like the naive or the ignorance, right? It's like, you know, it can make a comeback. XRP is another great representation of these coins that continue to make comebacks. Doge made a comeback. You know what I'm saying? So the question is how fucking weird is that community? Because they might make a comeback. Man, I'm segueing into Zen world so perfectly right now. Because, yeah, how weird and how dedicated is that community? Because you might think one thing, but that comeback is based on their participation. Right? And that's why it's hard to root for Tron, because you know you're not in the DAO. Like, when I see them making the DAO proposals, which one was it? There was one where they were like, oh, we're going to change the gas. I forgot which post it was. But where I'm at with myself right now is that told me that I am out of the loop, you know? If I really cared about the Tron blockchain, I would be in the DAO. I'd have enough coins to be in the DAO and vote and be like, no, I don't fuck with this. You feel me? So, like, the fact I don't have enough coins to do that, I've been looking at things for a different perspective in general. And that's kind of why, again, I honestly am sold that we can reactivate anything at any time. It is really based on community, but it's based on the reach of the founder, right? The founder is who is tokenized. It's not Tron, it's Justin Sun, right? It's not X1, it's Jack Levin, right? It's not Zen, it's Jack Levin. Even though we all know Zen belongs to everybody and X1 belongs to everybody, there's always going to be a group of individuals that think it's his, you know? Right? That's why I've been preaching like, yo, it's crazy to think that everyone's waiting for X1 chain when we all can see what's happening here, right? So the same thing goes for Tron, yo. Tron is not going to be examined by people like the way that I'm speaking about it right now. They're only going to see it as being a very fast, flexible chain to instantly change everything. Like once but you know, and it's kind of crazy also to think about that. Like once they had to support or do customer, you know, like, you know, they had to do some customer service in a sense, right? Because now you're really providing a service. We see them changing. But up until then, it was just like, yo, Justin Sun is the money man. There's no other economy in Tron. That's kind of why Tron staggered and fell all the way to like number 16 at one point, because it was just a Justin Sun chain. And like I was saying, it's a stable coin chain, and it also supported FTX. Like they bought a bunch of FTX shit when that shit crashed. Crazy, man. I'm rooting for Justin though, because I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't even know. Look at this thing's called SmartCon. I've been looking at this photo for half a second. I just realized this shit says SmartCon on it. Damn. You want to root for Justin Sun, and then you see he's going to Chainlink's SmartCon. They should change the name of that. Just say conference, bro. We like long words. You ain't gotta say SmartCon. Y'all go to the crypto convention, the SmartCon. Oh yeah, they be conning. I've heard about that one. Sounds like a good, you know, a good place to meet a bunch of, you know, that's so funny. But yeah, Zen is the wave. We all know this, and that's why again, imagine when we reactivate our community, right? Same like me, like I told you, like I've been fucking around with tokenization because I wanted to understand this. Like you don't really know until you release it and you become a token, I guess. And yeah, I've become a token. I've realized how cool it could be for a lot of people to become coins, right? I never really envisioned this tokenization as like a blockchain related narrative that could potentially get everyone behind it. So like now if you really see where I'm saying, what my vision now, let's look at every single blockchain just for its founder, right? Bitcoin Satoshi, Ethereum Vitalik, Tether, no one, right? Mysterious. We're all like, our hearts are racing once we say the word Tether in America, right? BNB CZ, Solana Totally, USDC is actually Circle, but Brian Armstrong. You know, XRP, I don't fucking know, because it's just like, I'm sure if you're a financial bro and I said the name of the person that made this and you're really writing, you also get a little bit of skepticism inside of yourself. Like, what the fuck? I hate that name, right? Same with Doge and the Elon effect in Doge, right? Tron, Justin Sun, Tone Coin, that guy that just got arrested. I don't really know how to say his name. I'm not Russian. Shout out to all my Russian homies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say his name way better than I can. Cardano, Charles, Avalanche, Goofy Man, Shiba Inu Canoe. I don't know. Polkadot, Gary Woods. So you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know that these, if you're really in crypto, you know that the motherfucking coin is tokenized by the founder. And that's what makes it special. And the further away it can get from the founder, the better for its projection. And that's why Bitcoin, again, is sitting at the highest market cap, dominating everything. Everything else looks like a fucking science project at this point. $71 billion worth of market cap versus 1.2 trillion. Like, are you kidding me? Like, it's a science fair project. All right, even Ethereum at $308 billion versus 1.2 trillion. It's a science fair project. You mean to tell me Ethereum literally needs to find $900 billion? Bro, I don't even know if there's $900 billion underneath this motherfucker right now. God damn. We are fucked. This is why everyone's rooting for Bitcoin right now, though. Because this market cap gap, I think, is what a lot of uneducated, or not uneducated, but again, I'm changing the direction that I look at crypto, because I see it more from the elites spectrum, which is these chains are representative, or these chains have representatives, right? We always say we want a good leader, but it's beyond that. It's about who's representing the chain. Where is the professionalism of this chain? You know, is it Richard Hart professionalism? You know, and that's why even like you look at the United States, it's like we don't even know who the fucking represents us as president. I mean, everybody in the world right now is like, damn, these are our fucking officials. You know, like we're all waking up to this shit. So again, I think this notion of being skeptical about a founder or having a relationship to a founder definitely plays a role in the way that price is taken or opportunity is seized. Because if the founder is well known, everyone in crypto is going to jump on it, regardless to what the fuck they feel like, you know. And I mean, that's why it's like, yo, you mean to tell me that you still think, like, you know what I'm saying? Zen is not connected to Jack anymore, but it is. And that's the special part about Zen right now, is it's over the last 2 years, everybody. I think there's a few different things in Zen that have made it very easy to observe how everyone is having their own experience, and how like that's kind of like everyone taking, like, we're all gonna, like, let's say we all take acid or eat mushrooms at the same time, or even smoke weed, or even drink alcohol, or even eat a good dinner, anything that's gonna change our emotions, you know. Or, you know, like I said, anything that we are going to ingest that's going to hit our bloodstream, and it's going to change the way we feel, right? That is like where Zen is right now in 12 different EVMs. And everybody has a different feeling from the way it's been delivered to them, right? The way it's been ingested by them. I think this is how you start a new notion of like, how did that feel for you? It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's like eating food. It's like trying drugs. It's like riding a roller coaster. You know, it's like getting on a plane for the first time. A lot of other human beings want to understand how it felt for you. Reality TV also plays in this psychology. A lot of people get hooked on reality TV because they don't have enough experiences in their life. So then they go and watch reality TV to kind of fill the void. And then they end up getting addicted to it because they think that is what it is like outside. Right. And then they're using someone else's expression to fill a void instead of going out and getting the actual experience. Right. And that's what Zen takes away. Like, we're not sitting on a couch. Maybe you are watching me. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing you what I do. But like, this is where I think the psychology plays in Zen, where everybody has their own understanding because everybody had their own path. And now we're 2 years into the future. And a lot of successful businesses are built within the first 2 to 3 years. 5 years if it's going to be legacy, right? So the first 2 to 3 is when you usually want to scrap it to be like, nah, that ain't it. We wasting time. Whereas in Zen, it's getting, now we're at the 2-year mark and it's starting to feel really, really powerful for those like myself who are analyzing everybody's individual take on it. Like, here's another good individual take on it from my comments that are kind of, I'm going back and forth with a very smart individual. This dude is smart. Like, don't get it twisted. I'm not getting it twisted either. I just wonder when we meet at the medium, right? Let's see what he says. Shout out Spy. So Spy's take right now is that there's no supply shock happening on CBZen. His take is that Joseph is doing the math wrong, right? And Joseph is subtracting this from this, or my bad, excuse me, let me say it the right way. He's subtracting the total supply by the total stake, and he's creating the liquid supply, right? But at the same time, so is the smart contract, because the smart contract is also going to observe the circulating supply, and it's not going to observe the staked supply, because the staked supply is burned. So for me, I am, subjective in this theory that is the rule. So that is what's to be followed. Because if I go to base scan, I'm going to see that reflection. I'm not going to see total supply, and neither would someone outside. Like, okay, I haven't looked at Zen on a coin market cap because I don't think it lives there, but let's see from a real new person perspective here on this. Let's see what Zen is showing as total supply. I mean, it should show an infinity. It shouldn't show. So if I haven't seen this ever. So in my opinion, it should show an infinity because it inflates forever. So the total supply is infinite. So, like, what is the total supply of present is circulation, because it's infinite. It's like everything in crypto, right? Max supply is nothing. So this one has 127 as the max, as the total supply. I wonder where it got that from. Self-reporting 131. Let's see. Is there still an accounting for the burn? Oh yeah, every time you burn, it's you ping the contract and it adds it to like your account. Like every time you burn a Zen coin, it goes through the smart contract, and the smart contract accounts for every single time you burn one Zen. So that's kind of like how it all works. And then essentially anyone can call that function and see how much Zen has been run through that function, or people can just send just their address and run their address to see how much Zen has been run through that function and things like that. Joseph actually has one on his Zen Pub. So if you're on Zen Pub and you go to the menu, you'll see that over here. Tracker, Zen burn. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Who'd you burn the Zen MZen through is the question. If I ever burn something and I don't see it show up, I question myself on who I burned it through. Like right now, I have a discrepancy because my DB Zen stuff isn't showing up. But I don't really know what that means for myself yet. I'm still waiting to get to that crossroad. But yeah, that's like something I'm dealing with. It's like my shit it's either my DB Zen. So maybe you got the same thing, right? It's either my DB Zen on ETH isn't showing up, or my Zen Knight hasn't showed up. So someone hasn't showed up yet. And I'm still waiting to see who. Both have said they both have done it. That's why the math is so hard to tell, because I'm like, bro, whoever's doing, I'm missing 500. And I need to know. you know. But when I get there, I'll get there, you know. And to me, that's the same thing I'm thinking in my brain. Like I've already had a crossroads where a certain amount of Zen doesn't represent like how much I've burned, because I'm gonna keep burning. So there's no reason for me to get pinned up on some like a allotted amount of Zen, because it's almost like you're just taking an L and you just keep going. Like, just, you know, no reason to get hung up on it. But yeah, you should use that website and see if why your math ain't mathing. Oh, I did, but I got the Phoenix. Oh, so yours is like a Phoenix thing. Ah. Yeah, when we get there, we'll get there. And that's, again, another thing. Like, hey, what is it? You know, what's to say? You know, like, what if, you know, what if the burning gets kind of weird? This is, I guess, XenFud. Let's FUD it up. XenFud would be the accounting is fucked, and Jack can't fix it. Yeah, we would be like, yo, Fair Crypto, you fucked up on that one. But I would say it's way better than the way that PulseChain rolled out, and a lot of other accounting-based burning systems. It would just also mean, too, like, again, like Zen isn't the end game. Like, it's just a starter pack. Like, you really want to get into X1 and get XN and get XNM and just use Zen as, like, a starter pack. Because now, like, again, like, it's not as robust as what is, you know, this new future software and technology. And that's kind of why I see a lot of people trying to hang on to Zen, but Zen is for burning. And that's why I'm curious to, like, you know, everyone's approach of like how they're trying to create more supply and like how they see the supply, you know, because I just see it as a disinflationary supply that's always going to become less and less. But other people see it as like a constant inflating supply that will never, or, you know, until X1, it will never reach that equilibrium, and X1 isn't real, so it's never going to do that, you know? So it's like, it's these two paradoxes. Starting from a month from now, your supply shrink will print 12 trillion each day for a month straight, and G-Rank will print at least 20 million in that time span since most of the VMUs will resolve as remints. So you see, this is what I mean. Like, we have a spectrum happening right now or not a spectrum. We have two paradoxes where, for me, I don't really care about 12 trillion CBZN coming out each day, right? If it comes out, it comes out. I don't care. For a month, you telling me 30 days, we're going to get 12. So 12 times 30 is what? See, this is how I see it. You know, I'm a lot different than everybody else. And that's why I just don't understand the way that they think of it. Like me, I see 12 times 30. I see 360 trillion. 360 trillion. If that many tokens come out, let's fucking go. You know, that's all I think. I'm like, yeah, and then they're gonna have to redo it, right? So this is why I'm saying, like, let's fucking go. 360 trillion for a straight month. That's tight. And then if the G rank pumps by 20, that means that right now you're getting the best G rank. So you want to get in before all that motherfucking stuff ends. You want to start minting right now. You want to be doing it now, because when they all come in, right, because they want to go and, you know, say, oh, we're going to remint. They pump the G rank. So they're going to only get a certain amount. And then if everyone pumps it again, it just locks everybody in. And then it's like, all right, there's going to be a time in 400 days when there's 360 trillion, but it's going to be cut in half, because it's, again, like the G rank is getting cut in half every time it expands, in a sense. Because yeah, I've already talked about this. The G rank controls the amount of Zen that comes in. So even if it pumps, it lessens the amount for everybody. So when it pumps, you actually get less Zen, right? So you want to get into a G rank before it pumps. And then after it pumps, you want it to pump again. So you actually want miners to return and pump it again, so you can be like this little fish in the middle of everybody. And then every time they dump, they're fucking mining your coins. You don't have to do it. That's why I'm like, yo, we live in two different spectrum or two different paradoxes. In my paradox, you're mining my coins. In your paradox, I'm buying your coins. In my paradox, I'm happy you're giving me this Zen. In your paradox, you're thinking you're distributing in mass. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is always going to be the paradox between someone who creates a lot of it and sells it and has this this theory. But I'm glad that he brought this up, because now this is something I never really thought about before either. I never really thought about looking back like that. So what he did was he looked back 300 something days. And then he is doing the math now where these things are ending. That's actually a smart way to do the math. See what I'm saying? Like, there's some smart motherfuckers in here. That's a smart way to try to guess the future. But I wouldn't guess it like that, because another hard fact here is you're guessing that either you're the one doing the printing, right? Either you're outing that you are the person that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you don't know if people are gonna do it. You don't know if they don't give a fuck about Zen no more, right? Like, there's a lot of people that gave up on Zen, so they might not be around anymore. They might have lost the wallets. You know what I'm saying? They might not want to put ETH on base to get the fucking shits out. Like, we're talking about it, but it doesn't mean people are gonna go and do the action. You know? That's all I'm saying. I just don't know. That, like, it's like a betting too much on variables that are very random. To me, you just told me some hard numbers that, like, now I'm like, okay, cool. This is why it's better to be a buyer low key in Zen than a minter, because the miners will tell you how much they're about to dump on you. Like, that's great. Like, I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, that's fucking tight. I think that's cool. I will be there. I've got some IRL capital. Please let it rock, you know? And if you don't want to let it rock because you're just going to wait a little bit, that's fine too. You know, I had this theory that one day, because of the low gas on base, technically everybody would have the same amount, right? Because right now for me to get 12 trillion, it's really, really hard. So if someone came and was just starting to, like, slow sell the CBZN, they'd be fired. But then also too, they could just stake it. And that's why I'm like, yo, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, it really doesn't matter, like, what you want to do with it. Like, everybody has their own subjective belief of what they should do with their Zen. At the end of the day, it's going to be capped. No one person can have more than the mass. Like, even if you have 12, there still is going to be, or even if you have 360, that means that the other amount of the supply is at hand right now. So, you know, as soon as you sell it, you're off, you know, you're taking on water on the boat. So none of this strategy really makes sense to me anymore, to, like, flex how much Zen you have. Like, the biggest flex for me would be having fat ass XNFTs staking in your wallet and just being pseudo anonymous, which we already know who those people are. And we'll see if that's what the practice is. We'll see if in the future people decide to be more of a villain on the staking side than being a villain on the DEX, because you can't really be a villain over here. You're like you're like selling your cave. Like, every time you sell your Zen that you mint, you basically give it to the other villain. So it doesn't really make any sense. That's why it's like, right now there's 5 trillion here. If someone's saying they got 360 trillion they're about to drop all next month, like, thank the Lord. Like, there's nobody selling right now. We need this. This is the part of the experiment where I'm like, oh God, we can breathe. And then what else would be fucking fire is if someone really came up with this theory, they would give us the dip, because I'm afraid we're not going to get the dip, because I think people are going to push Zen against the market falling, because it doesn't make any sense for Zen to get cheaper as the market gets cheaper, because it's more valuable than the market itself, right? That makes no fucking sense to anybody who hates Zen. But when you look at Zen, it's the reverse of ETH. So if Ethereum is getting cheaper, Zen should be getting more expensive, because Zen is not, it's a time capsule version of Ethereum, right? Even though it's inflation, it's like fragment inflation of Zen. I mean, inflation of ETH, you know, that people can consolidate it back into ETH if they get enough of the fragments. Think of it like that. Like, Zen is a gas, and if we trap it in a chamber, enough of it, we can turn it into a solid. And that solid would be ETH. So that's kind of why, again, I just don't think Zen has the trajectory to do the opposite, or Zen is most likely to do the opposite of the market, based on it being actually more expensive than Ethereum. And as ETH drops in price, it makes no sense for people to exit, because if they do, like I said, it doesn't make any sense. So then I enter. So that's why I'm hoping I get this fucking gap. You guys know it. I'm looking for 7 zeros and a 1. But if I can't get that gap, then I understand why it didn't happen, because those that hold the bag are protecting it. Like, why in the fuck would they let it go to me? Like, I didn't have the money to make it. I'm just crypto bro that talks about XEN and is just waiting for the best opportunity. But like, yeah, these people who are selling this shit, they're the ones who put like $10,000 into mints and things like that, 20,000, maybe 100,000 into mints, right? So yeah, they might sell it, but that's why, again, I just don't know if that's smart. It just doesn't sound smart. It sounds like you want to get out, but like I just broke down, we are in the era of tokenized blockchains by leader. So why would you get out of Jack Levin's before he even hits CMC? Oh, wait, no. I don't want to change. No, it loaded. I wonder why it's got this crazy ass number. I'm trying to see where this number is coming from. But yeah, I get where bro's coming from. I would just flip it on like that upside downness that I just think a lot of people really aren't thinking about this verse ETH thing as well. I've already pointed this out. That verse Ethereum, there hasn't been any red candles. Everybody's selling it back in, but there's enough buyers to keep each day a buying day. It's kind of weird. Maybe I'm tripping. I need to find another coin verse ETH to see if it has any red candles. But XEN has no red candles, so but again, I might be living in a bubble. Here, let's do some research. Def get more by staking than minting right now. Yeah, what's up, Quantum? Yep, that's what I mean, though. You get way more coins from staking. So it doesn't make any sense to sell your staked, or it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense to get 360 trillion XEN in 30 days just to sell it. Like, that sounds like you're trying to move a market, or you're just not educated. And I don't think that, because I think that dude is super duper smart. That's why I'm like, I don't think that's, unless he really believes that and he's working in that theory. Because again, I've never thought to take the C rank, to go back and look at the C rank and calculate how many mints are going to be in the front, or, you know, how many mints in the back are the ones coming out today in the front. To me personally, I don't think that matters, because again, the AMP is going down. There's no more AMP. There's no more EAA. The AMP is going down daily. So it doesn't really matter. Every day is what matters, you know? So I'm watching that. Oh man, my P.o.P chart break my heart. Let's see. Let's look at P.o.P versus ETH. Is there any red here? What up, Rolando? Welcome to the stream. Brother, explain to me what CBXEN and XNXEN is and what it's used for. I mean, what up, T Flawless? I don't know what the fuck XNXEN is. But yo, CBXEN is just XEN on base. XEN is just an ERC20 smart contract released on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's a Solidity contract that's been re-released on 12 other EVMs. That's all XEN is. XEN can be burned for XN block rewards. So when X1 chain is live, X1 chain will be able to identify your XO address. And every time you burn a XEN token with that XO address, it will airdrop a block reward on the other side in the form of XN. So XEN will, I've heard XEN will live on X1. We're pretty far into the future now, so it doesn't sound like the best game, or like I mean, it sounds fun, but you know what I mean? Like, XEN was just like an experiment, and I think it can take on the same feeling, but with different names. Like, I would rather see the Prime Miner show up and then something cool come out of this. Like, the points turn into what is XEN or something. But yeah, maybe XEN will live there. But yo, yeah, first thing first, you need to understand, like, go to XEN.network, look at the universe. Those are your universes in XEN. The end. Nothing else is important. But yo, peep this. Peep how P.o.P, like I was saying. Remember, P.o.P is a weirdo, because it just so happened to pop off all crazy back here somewhere, right? But I want you to pay attention to what I mean by like this. When you switch it over to Ethereum, you can see that there's people accumulating. So notice how in P.o.P, right? You can do this yourself, bruh. Go get the volume. Do I need to enlarge it so you can see it bigger or what? No, I don't need to. But you can see it right here. See how it was just green? See how it's just green? Maybe we can look at the month. Maybe the month will show us the same vibes. Because it's showing me what I'm trying to tell you right now, that it hasn't happened in Zen, that no one's talking about. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe I'm not getting paid to talk about Zen either. Like everyone says. This shit is so funny. It's the best lie they have. He's probably getting paid. He can't be that smart. There's no way. I have a whole bunch of uneducated people trying to tell me I'm not as smart as I am. This shit is hilarious. Let's get it, y'all. But yo, so this is what I'm talking about. So notice how like P.o.P started. Okay, I gotta go to the daily. This is too consolidated because the daily looks more like what we have going on in Zen. I just don't know why it zoomed out all crazy. But you'll notice in today's P.o.P world, it has a lot of red candle ETH days. We're looking at this priced in Ethereum. And that's because people code to P.o.P because P.o.P is whatever the fuck, you know, it's not like an actual project. It's just a meme. It's just for people to get behind and put their money behind and pray to God that it does a Shiba Inu. So since we know that is what is P.o.P, people do come here and take their Ethereum, right? Or maybe they make P.o.P. This will be the other thing too. People get paid in P.o.P. They're like, yo, I'll take P.o.P. And then when they take the P.o.P, they got to go and sell that shit. So you see them take the ETH, right? There's a day worth of ETH taking, right? But before P.o.P had got popular and before everybody jumped behind it, P.o.P never had days like that. Even though it had red days, most of the days were accumulative. You see what I'm saying? There was no red days. This looks just like, what's that magic coin that everybody thinks is not gonna do anything? What does this look like right here? All right, let's go to the one that's got a blockchain ran and governed by a community coming from the mind share of what is this coin. Now, let's look at this one. It's called XEN. All right. We'll look at it priced ETH. Because again, it has no spotlight. It's not like P.o.P. There's no influencer. It's not a token. It's connected to a chain. So it has utility. So since it has utility, again, no one's paying attention to this. Only those that are here. We're a very small group. Shout outs to the Zenians out there that understand, you know. And again, shout outs to those that see it the way they see it. Because we're both saying the same thing. We want it to be successful, but we're both just trying to make it successful for ourselves. You know, and that's the yin and yang of, you know, this building block called Zen. And I'm just glad, you know, to be here and be able to see both sides, right? I'm so happy to not be a crypto user who's very objective to what I hear, right? I'm objective to what I experience, but then I subjectively do try to consolidate that experience into some sort of, you know, digestible information. You know what I'm saying? So you see in Zen, we haven't had any red days versus ETH on V3. Now we did in the very beginning, because in the beginning of Zen, there wasn't any Zen. Oh, my bad. Yeah. This was the time that I realized all this shit. So we're going back in time again, because this is when I realized that DB Zen was not for the Zen world. Not to say it's not for the Zen world, you know, but like I just realized like, oh shit. I think we got bamboozled. That's kind of why, again, I found more passion in Zen after this moment. So if you've been following the stream, you know I talk about this long time ago, and I hope you've been following it still. But essentially, when DB Zen came out, we saw a gigantic leap in ETH consumption, right? People were turning their ETH into XEN like there was no tomorrow. And that was because they're doing both sides of the party. When you have a burner like a DBZen, you have the DBZen coin that's living its own life, but then you have the XEN coin that's entering the arena to be burned. So users were burning ETH, XEN, and that was causing a demand for it, which was like people flipping their ETH into XEN. And what we see here on the RSI is the supply and demand trend change aggressively during this downtrend before DXN. If you remember this first 100 days, that's when Twitter Spaces started. That's like when I met Simple and Clout, and we were all just like in Spaces just chatting and having, you know, just regular fun. And then you had like the xeNFTs. So this right here was another community realization before there was a solution to our problems. Like, we're realizing all these problems and it's going down, and then a solution came out called DXN. But what happened, right? What happened in that moment? So when this was happening here, we reach a point where XEN had an opportunity to break out, but it didn't. Instead, it fell lower. And this was before DXN, right? So what happened was in this moment, we seen an exchange of hands where it actually became oversold. Where right here, this is when all these dumpers sold all their inflation. So we had a bunch of inflation on this side of the chart. And then once we got here, it was already all on the DEX. So what happened? It got bought up by those waiting for DXN that were learning about DXN. Like, oh, we about to burn hella XEN. So then as soon as XEN became burnable, people were still doing that. They were selling their XEN into ETH, XEN into ETH, XEN into ETH. And then finally, we see the only ETH sells, right? Selling out of this motherfucker. And for a good second, we had that exchange of hands where finally, this is where I'm at with it. This on the chart was someone exhausting their bag. And we see that right here on this large candle. When I first saw this first large candle, I was like, damn, XEN. This is when I realized XEN was going to take 2 years. Yeah, May of last year, that's when I realized XEN was going to take 2 years. Because when this dump happened and we had this exchange of ETH to XEN, that's when the community was fucked. And also I was like, oh, we're fucked. Like, it's over. We got to build the whole community back. And what have we been doing since? And look at the ETH now. Right? DXN disrupted everything. It really did throw a wrench in the mix. And now it's still disrupting to this day, which is still very confusing to me. I'm like, why is this shit so disruptive? Like, isn't it supposed to be working hand in hand with the way that the ecosystem works? Like, why does it act as like a disruptive tool? Like, it already disrupted chart, and now it disrupts the reality, where from time to time, a group of DXN users will like try to challenge XEN and you know, again, like me, like challenging me to say that what I'm saying is wrong and theirs is right. It's like, no, we're both wrong and we're both right. No one's right and no one's wrong. It's just, that's XEN. That's just the way it is, you know? And I'm just so glad we have these universal, you know, things to see this. So again, we're in a moment where no one's paying attention to XEN. No one's even turning their XEN into ETH. Everyone's just holding it. And I think this is, again, this is where we can possibly see some sort of catalyst for XEN, because there's the FUD is easy to fight now. Like, you can see how, you know, easy it is to shut down a FUDster, because it's like, oh, you're just seeing it from your point of view. And that's okay. And that's usually where the arguments end, because it's like, I'm not going to argue with someone that believes what they believe. And you shouldn't argue with me because I'm going to believe what I believe. And that's what makes XEN yin and yang, because there's two sides and both want to control the party. But yeah, so CBXEN right now, this is just my favorite XEN, so I just keep talking about it because it has the runway. The problem with OP XEN is it's not, you can't mint it anymore, or you can, but I'm just not championing that. So I would love to see another YouTuber show up on the scene and talk about OP XEN and their strategies and what they forecast the future of that particular chain to be. But for me personally, I think It's just a vanity chain. And I think all XENs are not going to be as futuristic as people perceive them to be. I honestly think you're better off moving into XN, moving into XNM. And again, I think you're better off saving all the XEN you have today. Every single XEN coin you have, you might not even want to burn it. Right? That's why I started mining XNM, so I didn't have to burn my XEN. Because I just seen like this world where, hey, maybe you don't want to burn your XEN. And what we're seeing here right now on CBXEN is, we've been talking about this for a minute, but I didn't know we've been talking about for 73 days. It's been over 2 months, and CBXEN has been hanging out in the same region. This is the effect, in my personal opinion, of disinflationary factors happening daily. And why, again, I think it's important to track daily disinflation versus hyperinflation and waiting for it to start rolling backwards. Like, I think that's a good moment, but that's in my opinion, that's 2022. Like, we've moved on. Like, this is going to be accepted by the masses, and they want it now. Right? They want it now. They don't want it tomorrow. So, yeah, 300 or 600, or my bad, 264%. If you bought these lows, I was buying these lows too, because I was watching this chart. And actually, I was watching the unstakers. So I noticed a lot of unstaking was happening when that last dip happened. So that was 2 months ago. What day is that? Exactly. These here. June 15th. That's crazy that this is how bro is doing it. This is a good way to do it, though. Very smart. It's like, put the pocket there instead of looking at all the dots. Like, you right. You fucking right, dog. So yeah, right here, I had noticed that the supply was like going up. So you'll see like liquid supply was like, it was getting crunched up right here. Hard. It was like, oh, we got 5. You know, we're at 4. We're at 5 again. We're at 5. You know, and then we're at 2, 5, and 2, right? 15, 16. What is this? Again, 15, right? 15. The 15th of June, we seen the craziest stake, because that's what I mean. People come and they dump, and then those that believe go, hey, fuck you. I'm going to buy that shit and stake that shit. And then it changes the trajectory of like what everybody thought was going to happen. Because you thought you could sell it down. And now you can't, because if you keep doing it, there's always someone there to say, thank you, I'm going to stake this. And you see it on the chart. That's why, again, I was like, if you see from this moment, this is when we started to get very, very, very aggressive. And then by the 14th, a month later, you're in negative form. So that's kind of why, again, I'm very bullish on people thinking they can stomp the price out because they mint it more than the others. Like, you're Costco, bro. We want you to release the bag. Like, that is part of the game. And I hope that you don't do that. Like, I actually hope you hold your coins, you strategize better, you try to become an accountant of your own XEN, and utilize the years that you have on this planet with your XEN and do it the right way, instead of like thinking you're gonna, you know, be the person that corrupts the chart. I don't know where that human corruption comes from, you know? Like, to me, that sounds like a real, like the incorrect way to look at it all, you know? Like, it's like, why would I want to look at my supply as a paperweight and holding down the chart? Why wouldn't I want to look at my supply as being a participant, right? That's how I'm addressing my XEN world. We're participating, and my supply is my supply. It's not your supply. Like, what I'm making is for me, right? And that's why, again, this mentality has literally offset many charts already, because there's others like me out there. All these wicks are the others that I'm like, damn, bitch, don't be here with me right now. Like, fuck, I'm trying to be here alone, but they here too. And I'm happy that these people are here, because they get it too. Like, they're like, yeah, when people sell their stakes, they unstake and they sell, or they get a gigantic amount, right? So technically, something I was thinking about here on CBXEN, it's something you could look at too, as well as like being a participant. Let's say someone is saying like, oh shit, I'm about to have 360 trillion pop out. It's like, oh, that's where you would want to try to get the liquid supply as low as possible. So you'd want to create a DApp, wink, wink, that's going to help with this economical restriction, right? And maybe that's what's needed, a governance DApp inside of the actual chain that helps keep the balance, you know, burn the extra coins. I got a lot of cool ideas cooking, wink, wink. But yeah, I think that's where what happens, you know. You can't hide in the bush. You can hide all your wallets, but you really can't hide in the bush over here, bro. We see your ass. We see you. Costco chicken says ready. Man, they fucked the Costco chicken up though, put it in the bag. Why they do that? Too many coin tools jeets. I mean, cause that's what I mean. The coin tools is only like you get like so. The thing about coin tools that is actually not that high of an IQ to think about is this theory that you're making mass with a discount, right? All you're doing is just creating more, and I don't have to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could create a 90% off mint, but I cannot. So then if you do it and then you sell it, now I can get a 90% off mint. That's why I'm like, yo, why are these motherfuckers throwing this shit at me like it's supposed to hurt me? Like, you guys are telling me. I'm like, do you guys know that you're just telling everybody what you're doing, you know? And it's like, do they not know that they're doing this? And they're like, the people they talk to, they just don't know they're doing this either. And they're just like, they're all doing this together. And until they, you know, surface up with me, it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know you guys were just doing this. Like what what else do you guys do besides just talk about how much supply you have? Do you talk about like making the world a better place, you know, possible dApps that you can make to burn all the supply that you have? Like, where are you projecting all this to go? Or are you just making supply to put it on the decks to give me a discount? You know, like I just don't know the logic on it anymore. It's pretty limbo at this point. But yeah, let the coin toolers jet, whatever the fuck. Again, we have time on our side because the AMP is going down every day. As long as the sun goes up and the moon comes up, AMP goes down. So that is undeniable on all chains. And as long as participants step in and G ranks go from individual bots, right? Like how homie said, this guy, again, he's a very smart person. So I'm not knocking him in any way. I'm actually going to like this because it's positive. It's actually very positive the way that he's showing light on this. But the 20 million in G rank increase is not a flex, because it just allows me to get in now, to be like, yo, I need to get in now. Like, you need to be minting CBs in now if that's the case. Because then when they start to remix and do it again, like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be minting. You want to be buying, right? Because they're selling it for discount on the decks, you know, and just let them do it. Like, fuck it then. I'm not going to make it then. Thank you for doing the time. You know, now, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are like, yo, I did the time. Here's my coins, you know. I don't understand it. Token factory gatekeepers. Who's got those? Yo, what up, Earn It? Who's mining solXEN? I'm in beast mode over there. I haven't mined solXEN in a minute, but I know that the mining now is at a good spot. I know right now if you're mining solXEN, you got a good one. Oh, we've got a good one. It don't have no price though, so it's hard for people to see it. It's time. Smart money accumulating while the average holder is selling at a loss. Drink more coffee, sir. Smoke less weed. Do it the other way. Smoke more weed, drink less coffee. You don't, you know, like, coffee is nothing more than a stimulant. And that's why I drink it when I'm like on cam, because just like, blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? But like, I take a dab before I drink coffee to cut my edge. Like, I be seeing some jittery motherfuckers, especially them motherfuckers that be running off the C4s, like the XEN motherfuckers that be running off them shits. Like, yo, shit. Y'all need to smoke some weed and chill out. See it for where the way it is. You know, the world is a simple place. Gwei is at 2 now. The world is very simple, peaceful. Smoke more weed, drink less coffee. What is he saying? Go to Radium. What's on Radium? Mining for allocation versus solXEN. You getting the hashes. Well, you see, I would hash more, but the thing is I got XNM, so I don't need a lot of hashes on solXEN to get XN, because I got XNM and I got Zen. But for those that are starting now, like, this is an amazing time. And what you see right now, though, on solXEN is that the AMP, we're almost through the 4 months. We're 2 months through it, so there's only 2 more months, and then this is no longer mineable, right? solXEN won't be mineable, but we can make programs that call the 42069 program ID, and we can make mining programs that don't necessarily mine solXEN, but maybe they, you know, they create couch coin or something stupid, you know. So that's why, again, this is still very novel, super novel approach to Solana. It's living, it's breathing. Again, it's taking up 16% of the overall hash block rate. Right, the 16% of Solana right now is being consumed by Zenians. It's fucking crazy. I don't even talk about this shit. This should just be happening, bro. I'm over here still trying to educate people on, maybe you don't want to sell your Zen, maybe you don't want to burn it, you know. But then you go over here to solXEN, and you got people over here like mining Zen like crazy, and that's cool. So yeah, definitely check out solXEN. If you haven't started mining on Solana, especially now that Solana is getting a lot of attention, you might want to make the move. It might be time. It might be time, ladies and gentlemen. It might be time. What else is happening over here on my chat side? What if there was a Zen community project treasury for the masses, for the mass burning or for marketing? Would that be a good way to market? Yeah, so you see what I'm saying, Rolando? I'm saying that, like, wink, wink, there could be already something in the works that's more of that's connected to the G rank, that's like utilizing more math to try to predict potential expansions. And that's why, again, I was like, wow. I didn't even really think about the way that he just showed me how we can maybe predict that. But yeah, like making more of a prediction market for future calls. But in the name of burning Zen. So maybe like there's just a lot of different ways to play this game. And I do think, though, that there needs to be something connected to the G rank, because there's no reason that one person shouldn't know how it works. And there shouldn't be a reason for someone else to think that they're doing something with it, right? Like the G rank it belongs to everybody. It's not yours to think that you're going to manipulate, because at some point the game in Zen we should all have the same goal in the game, which is a steady G rank that increases by 20 million every day. Like, I don't want the G rank just to increase 20 million because you ended mints and you're restaking or you're reminting. That doesn't sound like a successful project to me. You know, like what sounds successful to me is 20 million a day from 20 million users, or 20 million a day from 10 million users, 20 million a day from 50 million users, 20 million a day from 1,000 users. That sounds actually feasible, you know, not the like this. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is why I know there's some sort of stigma in the Zen world that I don't understand. Like, I don't know why they feel this way. I don't feel that way. To me, again, the G rank is my friend. It's not something that I use as a weapon. And it's not something that I think can be weaponized towards me. Like, I honestly think it's our peace treaty. It's like we're all here for the G rank. And I wanted to see you pump it 20 million every single time. And I want someone else to come and be able to do 20 million, right? And I want that to continue en masse until we hit 0. And I hope people keep doing 20 million G rank pumps after 0, because they really are vibing with the Zen world. That, in my opinion, is actual growth, right? That's like if people stop mining Bitcoin right now. Like, what the fuck? Like, it doesn't make any sense, you know? So I'm sure Bitcoiners had the same conversations back in the day and things like that. And, you know, it's for those that believe or care, you know? And I think, again, we share the G rank. There's no reason to think we don't. That's just the way it is. Da-na-na. What's happening over here in Telegram? Somebody tagging me. Who's talking shit? Oh, ETH is done. That's funny. I posted this thing I seen on the internet. It's insane how different Sol and ETH market structures are. Sol looks like it's ready for a night out, and ETH looks like it's going back. ETH looks like it got its back blown out by a 92 Ford Taurus. We in the middle. I was like, we in the middle. Man, Vitalik is fucking up right now. I don't know what he's doing though, but I have a theory, so I'm staying bullish on ETH. My bullish ETH theory is that he's openly letting everyone know now, like, he wants ETH to be on the shelf. He does not want ETH to be the product that grows. It's shelfable now, right? It's Kool-Aid for real. It's juice that you pour water on top of and it turns into juice, right? Like y'all said, we sipping the Kool-Aid in Zen world. Thinking ETH is gonna change something right now is so bad, bro. That's why Sony is making a clone of Ethereum. They're even jumping on this shit. They're like, yo, is Vitalik giving up Ethereum? Man, let's make a Sony clone right now. We don't even know what we're gonna use it for. Dude, that's literally what their press said that we read earlier. It literally said for bias of Web3 use, like whatever Web3 brings, we create in this chain for it. So yeah, it is kind of sad to see Vitalik just kind of give up on ETH. But we know again that it's not that he's given up. He's using fragmentation to the advantage of Ethereum. And if he can get people, in my personal opinion, to see Ethereum as a token more than a chain, that could keep ETH alive. Like I said, we're living in the era of the leader. So the leader can change the boat and everybody will just agree. As weird as that sounds. Right? So why would he continue to fight? They cannot fight. Their infrastructure is fucked up. Their infra is bad. Welch's fruit juice. I'm mining both solXEN and XENblocks and minting and burning trifecta, but I leveled up on solXEN and now top 20 hashes for solXEN hashing allocation. Oh, earn it. You've been sucked in. You are now a leader. See, that's like me and XENblocks. Like I've mined so many XENblocks and I'm in the top 100 that I'm like, yo, I gotta stay up here now. Like I gotta keep mining now. Like if I give up now, I'm not helping nobody out, you know? So I feel you on that. Yo, I was listening to a space last night and somebody said that they mined a Zunicorn. That's why I have this up. So I had to go fact check. I was like, yo, I don't think there's any more Zunis. Like, how the fuck did they get a Zunicorn? But what I think, maybe they mined something else, you know? And they thought, you know, just because of the look, it was like a Zunicorn. Yeah, you didn't get it. It's like, man, there ain't no more Zunicorns. On base right now. Oh, this isn't updating. I think the exotics are sold out on base. When was the last time? Refreshed 30 minutes ago. Are you sure? Yo, Goonin in the house. What's happening? What's happening? What's the difference between mining or minting and mining Zen? You can't mine Zen. You can only mint it. It's just the action has a lot of OG belief on it, so people they call it mining because it is really that. It is the same as mining, except the hash is using term days instead of using like a brute force. We brute force VMUs in the form of terms or terms or days. So like if I want to brute force Zen tomorrow, I do a 1 day term so I can have Zen tomorrow, and it's just going to be less than if I were to brute force Zen in 491 days. And so on. So mining Zen is not a thing. It's minting. I'm minting Zen. Mining is just something that, like I said, some people will say because we are mining a lot of different things. Yeah, you see, on base, exotics are sold out. I think you got to update that. because you can get legendaries. There's still some epics, and there's quite a bit of rares. But yeah, every time I make a xeNFT on base, I do I do an Apex because I don't know what else to do, you know? Why wouldn't you burn Zen and make more Zen? You know, especially when Zen's super duper low in price. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm burning hella Zen and making new Zen. That's the only way. I need a 2-for-1. Shit. Y'all scared of ETH? Pack your bags. For whatever ETH Gwei pumps to the moon, you can dump your token without it getting wrecked. I'm stuck at rank 360 on XENblocks. Yeah, XENblocks is getting harder to mine, bro. Here, let's check out the new website that they dropped real quick before I get up out of here. But what the fuck is this? What are these? Oh, it's the N. Oh, okay. I see now. Let me get off this website. I was gonna say some meta, but nah. No ski. I gotta go to Jack's Twitter. We just gonna keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, 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 rolling. Hold on one second. I answer this text message. All right, sorry. Text messages. I'm an important person. A new website? Yeah, there's a new website. Thanks for hanging out there while I answered that. Quick text. Dude, it got hot out here, bro. It's like we had like a split second of like what it's gonna feel like in fall, and then just bow right back to like 80% humidity in the city, man. I kind of hate it. I don't know how y'all do hot neighborhoods, bro. It's the California in me. The California in me makes me want to be like, I don't want to move. I don't want to move. But yeah, I don't know why I can't find this website right now. I might have to just pull it up right here like this. There it is. So they dropped the leaderboard, but with a new look for XENblocks yesterday. So we're just one more step closer for everything getting into. Actually, there's quite a few. Actually, yeah. So we're gonna go look at this one too. I posted a link on my X account. You'll see it where it's me and it's posted by Owl. Shout out to Owl. Sativa or indica, bro? I'm an indica, bro. I'm honestly, I hate sativas. I'm looking around right now. I do have some edibles here that are sativa. These are some really good edibles. Got the MFMYs and we got the heirlooms. I won't lie, man. I enjoyed my time in cannabis. I wish I could go back, but we gotta go back into the real world. Back into the real world. That was a fun 2 months though, working around weed. Learned a lot about what I don't like about working around weed though. So yeah, what a learning experience. Yo, you should go listen to this Spaces yesterday with Jack Levin. There's actually some dope shit in here. My favorite part of the Spaces is when Jack told everybody that he didn't know about Hex from the beginning. And everybody was all like, what? And like, he was never really a Hexican. They brought him in. And yeah, that's exactly what happened. They brought him in. And that's why I was saying, I think Zen is all accidental. It's just perfect place, perfect time. And that kind of stuff just happens, you know? And that's something we just can't deny that it's going on. But yeah, you should go listen to this space. And remember too, I've been saying on the channel, like I've met Jack Levins as well in real time. I've met his VC homies. I just haven't said it yet. So I'm so happy it's out there so I can say, yes, this is facts. they really do hang out with people who have real jobs and real obligations of making sure crypto can be the best. That is real. They're not just internet motherfuckers, bro. That is you, me, and everybody else. Sometimes I'm in IRL. If you're in New York, what's up with it, you know? But yeah, like they are real people, and I'm glad that someone came into the space yesterday to share their connection with Jack to the community, to remind you that we're not just dealing with someone who's been on the internet. Like, this guy is a real person, and he's just as real as Vitalik. He's just as real as Anatoly. You know what I'm saying? He's just as real as Charles, Galvin, all them motherfuckers. He's just as real. So yeah, go listen to this after after I turn this off. But yeah, so Al posted this, so you can go to my page, you'll see this here. But these are all the links right now from everybody creating stuff right now for the Zen world. So again, I think it's just a special time. We also have the validator site made by this gentleman named Leo. I don't really know who Leo is, but I just want to bring this up as well. Oh, I'm just asking because you use both terms. Sometimes it can sound like I use both. I try to catch myself before I say mining. It's hella hard though. I try, but it's hard. Mining though is XENblocks. Like this is the mine, because your proof of work is mining, not contract, which is minting. You know, like I mint an NFT when I call the contract. So I mint Zen tokens when I call the contract. XNM is I love that they put this chart in here. Yeah, you should go check this out though. It's got all the information you need about what's going on. So this is also very powerful, ladies and gentlemen, because this is, again, if you've been out the loop, we giving you the one pager so that now you're in the loop. But this is why, again, if you've been following the Zen world since the beginning and you got out of the loop, this is why you do not leave the loop. Stay in the loop, so that when this stuff comes out, you don't got to read it. I ain't got to read none of this shit. I'm like, yep. Looks good. Looks good. I love this part right here, though. The fixed global hash rate. So they tell you how the hash rate works in XENblocks, and how it starts at 10 million, and like now we're like way higher, right? Because again, a lot of people join the mining pool. So since there's more people in the mining pool, the difficulty is rising because it's harder to hash XEN 11 from the Argon program. So right now we have 482 current miners. Difficulties at 78,000. Mining rate right now is 53 blocks per minute. They should add the halvening here. That'd be fire too. Halvening is in 20 days. So we're going to have rewards cut in half. Some people speculate that the difficulty is going to drop. I'm speculating that difficulty is going to rise. I think people actually, again, there too many people are coming back, and like yesterday, even listening to Clout and him being like, I haven't heard of you say Argon layer. It just kind of makes me think like a lot of people are out the loop, and this is just unfortunate, but they're going to be the ones that are going to pump everything. Sucks. I've been trying to keep people in the loop, but like I can understand if it's easy to get out of what is our loop, because it's like so complex. But yeah, if you are, this isn't any sorts of financial advice at all. This is just me saying I see a future where it's my peer that maybe is pumping my bag. And that's why for me personally, I still don't see it as the moment for me to exit out of Zen world, because it's just my peer. It's not like the random person that's trying to come here to get rich. Like they still around the corner, and I want to save some Zen for them. Right? I don't want to give my Zen back to my peer, because that I'm just, giving away my Zen. So, yeah, that's my little 1, 2, 3 on a Tuesday. I'm gonna go get some tacos. You must have been dropping some alpha, because I've seen a commercial. I must have seen about 5 commercials during your live stream. That's crazy. 5 in almost 2 hours. Shit, it's only supposed to run one every 30 minutes. So I guess that's kind of right. But they got one extra in there on you. Like, he getting views. You're getting views. But yeah, if you pay for YouTube, you don't have to watch that. Or if you, I think if you just pay for YouTube, or if you use Brave browser, or you can watch on Twitter. So shout out to those that are watching on Twitter, ad free, but no chat box. I don't read the chat in Twitter at all. Got to come to YouTube. But yeah, we'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna come back one more time. I got some free time right now, so I'm just doing streams every single day. And yeah, it feels good to be back. Till next time. Believe in Zen. Believe in you. Peace.
Wait.